U.S. Senate leaders are expressing optimism that Washington's standoff over federal government spending and America's debt is about to end. Progress apparently being made in Senate talks just as the partial government shutdown starts its third week. Democrat Harry Reid and Republican Mitch McConnell seem confident about reaching a compromise before Thursday's debt ceiling deadline.
I'm very optimistic that we will reach an agreement that's reasonable in nature this week.
We've had an opportunity over the last couple of days to have some very constructive exchanges of views about how to move forward. Those discussions continue, and I share his optimism that we're going to get a result that will be acceptable to both sides.
The senators are discussing some short-term fixes. They're considering a provisional budget that would keep the government funded until earlier in the new year and end the government shutdown. The debates over a spending bill led to the suspension 2 weeks ago of a range of government services. Democrats hold a majority of the seats in the Senate, but some Republican senators are insisting they make changes to President Barack Obama's health care reforms as part of any deal. The Republicans control the House of Representatives, and members of that chamber would have to approve any measures passed in the Senate.
President Obama underlined the importance of a deal as he toured a Washington, D.C. soup kitchen.
Make sure you close it too.
His meeting with House and Senate leaders to discuss the crisis had been postponed to allow the senators more time for talks. The president needs to get a deal in the bag quickly. The U.S. must raise its borrowing limit by Thursday.
This week, if we don't start making some real progress both in the House and the Senate, and if Republicans aren't willing to set aside some of their partisan concerns in order to do what's right for the country, we stand a good chance of defaulting.
The deal would allow the $16.7 trillion debt ceiling to be raised by enough to cover the nation's borrowing needs until mid-February 2014. It would also fund government operations until January. But the old obstacles remain. A minority of House Republicans could still threaten to derail the bill by demanding concessions on President Barack Obama's healthcare program. If the ceiling is not raised by Thursday, a default on US debt payments could come as early as the 1st of November. That leaves Washington with just 2 days to keep the money flowing.